So Byron wants to know, how on earth does he evaluate the financial performance of one branch location in a business where they don't actually break out the sales information by branch? He wants to buy just one of the businesses. What on earth is he to do? Hey there, everyone. It's David Barnett from davidcbarnett.com, the blog site, YouTube channel, and iTunes podcast, where I talk about buying, selling, managing, financing small and medium-sized businesses. And today's question from Byron, he's looking at buying one branch of a multi-location business, and the owner of the business keeps financial records, but he doesn't break them out by location. So Byron's fear is, what exactly is going on at the one location that I'm looking at buying? And you know what? This does occasionally happen depending on the type of business and depending on the record keeping that the owner has. It would be difficult, I would imagine, as a business owner to know if it made sense to keep a branch open or not if you don't have the financials broken out by location. But you know what? You run into this with small business, especially if you've taken a look at any of my videos where I talk about, technicians versus entrepreneurs. Sometimes the people who own small businesses that are profitable and you want to buy, they themselves are not very sophisticated in running a business. And so this kind of thing can actually happen. So Byron wants to buy one of these branch locations, and he doesn't have financial information for just that location. He wants to know what it is that he's supposed to do. And so there is a certain technique or trick that we know about in the world of buying and selling businesses, and it's also a tip or technique that we do when we're looking at a business that may have a large cash component or unreported sales. Essentially, what you've got is a business without reported sales. They're just mixed in with everybody else's, all the other locations. So what you have to do, Byron, is you actually have to get in there physically and work in the business before you become the owner. And that way you can visually survey and certify the level of business that's going on in that location. And I've had people do this before with businesses like bars and used furniture businesses and restaurants, where there may be some unreported income or the record keeping wasn't that great, and the buyer wanted to know for certain on their own what was the level of activity going on in the business. Now, if it's a business that has any kind of seasonality to it, then this technique may not work that well. If you happen to be surveying it in high season, you might get the wrong impression that the business is actually doing better maybe than it normally does, and vice versa. Anyway, but that's the only thing I can put my finger on, unless the business has sales records by customer, or you can try and tie inventory shipments or purchases to that location and try to build a sales level based on the inventory that goes through there. But if the records aren't being kept by location, you probably can't do that either. Anyway, these are some of the problems that exist when you're buying a small business. And if you're going to get into a deal like this, you absolutely have to know how to protect yourself in the structure of the deal. And that's one of the main focuses, of course, of my online training program, Business Buyer Advantage. And if you are out there thinking about buying a small business as the quick way to get into owning a business that already makes a profit, something you don't have to risk, your family's future on with a startup or anything like that, you buy something that already works, then you should be going over to businessbuyeradvantage.com and doing my online training program. People do it every week, 30-day money-back guarantee. No one's ever asked me for the refund. And then once you're done that, you can do the 12-step self-coaching program called The Next Step. And always contact me and get me to consult on your individual deal when you're working on it and get my feedback and advice. That's what I spend my days doing here, talking with people all over the world, literally. Just last week, I talked with some people in New Jersey, down in Texas, and someone in Arizona. So literally, I talk to people all over. Anyway, thank you very much. Don't forget to go to davidcbarnett.com, sign up for my email list. And if you're serious about buying a business in 2018, my Buy a Business in 2018 Group Accelerator program is going to be coming out soon. Registration will be open. There's a limited number of seats, and the registration offer will be made to the people on the email list. So if you would like to work with me in a group setting with some other people where you're going to hold each other accountable and you're going to look at each other's deals, and I'm going to guide everyone through this process, and we're going to meet more than once a month online. If you want my direct help to help you change your life by buying a business, then you need to be on the email list so that when the invitation comes out to sign up, you're there and you're going to be able to take advantage. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next week, guys. Talk to you soon.